Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Door Bumper Clear. I am Freddie Kraft, spotter. Still, I think the last time I checked this morning, spotter for Bubba Wallace, who had a decent weekend.
Decent? Come on, man. Let's go.
Big winner.
I also had Dean. Dean had a good job.
Yeah,
top 10.
I tell you, he was running well.
And then Gio, I had him on Friday night, and that did not go well. We had a long night Friday night, but yeah, Tom, we won the Brickyard.
Yeah, man. How awesome is that, huh?
I can't really put into words at all.
Yeah, it's a special deal, man, winning those type of races, and congratulations to you and your team. And yeah, how's it feel to be like a outsider and coming into NASCAR and winning a race?
Yeah, we just showed up this week.
Yeah.
We don't normally run, but we just figured we'd come out of the woodworks.
It looks like it, because all of a sudden here you are, right?
Oh man, I'm sure we'll talk all about that. Carson, how are you today?
I'm great. Didn't have near as an exciting weekend as you guys probably, but yeah, I'm pumped for you, Freddie. I'm not gonna lie, I shed a little tear last night. I did.
Yeah, I might have shed a couple myself, but I'm not the only guest in the house today that had a busy week last week. Mark Martin, welcome back to Door Bumper Clear.
Well, thank you, Freddie. Monumental win, man. You know, something I wouldn't know anything about.
You won plenty. I don't want him to hear you. You've won plenty.
Yeah, it was. I'll tell you, it's not all sunshines and rainbows when you win this race. My knees are up.
I know, from kissing the bricks. Yeah, I know, it hurt, right? Yeah, you're not used to that type of.
My is scratched up. I was like, God, we were doing it, and you got to take a different picture of every hat. It's a real pain in the ass.
It's like exercise almost for you.
No, yeah, we can't have any of that.
I did have that thought. I was like, it can't feel good.
I bet you burned like 300 calories.
I don't. Yeah, well, I got them back later. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, exactly.
You're basically doing squats.
Yeah. Talk about the race, because obviously I was kind of tuned into just our race at that point. Probably not the best race we've ever had there. It's probably not a lot of passing, clean air, but it's always been Indy, and I don't care how that race is. That race on the oval is 1,000 times better for me than the race on the road course, Mark. I assume you would agree with that.
Yes, I do. Yeah, absolutely. Need to be on the oval. It's a fantastic racetrack, and there is some good racing. All through the history, I expected that racetrack to not race well when we first went up there and checked it out, because of the nature of it being flat and everything. But it turns out to be some good racing. Just look at Saturday's race.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that seems to be the case a lot. Those Saturday races tend to be a little bit better than the Sunday races for some reason lately. But that again, and shout out to Junior Motorsports. I can't talk today at all. Junior Motorsports, 100th win. Carson, I know you had your hands in all of that.
Yeah.
Did you set the car up this week?
I sure did. And look, on that topic, I will never. When I tweeted this week, I was like, 100 wins for JRM. I was never gonna say we ever again after Daytona. I got my ass jumped for saying we, and they're like, "What the did you have to do with it?"
Zilla just
nothing.
Zilla just walked in, and I was trying to get his attention to say hello to Marcus. You had number one, the first winner of Junior Motorsports.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then 100th, and he got nervous and he scooted out. I don't know what happened.
Mark, you were, like, as Tommy mentioned, you were the first winner for a race here at Junior Motorsports. I think you said it was Vegas. What was that day like, for getting that team their first win?
Well, it was really cool, and they were on the verge. Actually, the story is Brad Keselowski thought he was going to deliver the first win. Even though we probably had the best car, but we had a pit stop, and after the pit stop, right at the end of the race, Carl and Brad were in front of me. I had better tires, and Carl and Brad were running side by side, and they kept running side by side, and I'm like, y'all sort this out so I can go on up there and win the race. So I thought I would give Carl a little push. And it wiped out Carl and Brad.
Good job, Mark. Good job.
Yeah, so it wasn't too pretty, and Brad has never forgot it. But yeah.
Did he send you a text the other day? Did he send you a text reminding you? That should have been me winning the first one.
What were you running for springs in that car, by the way?
Yeah.
How do you? I know you've posted stuff like this on the internet. Like the memory you have, I've heard you talk about some of the old setups and stuff. I mean, how far back does that go?
Well, because I did the setups on all my ASA cars, I remember, if you can show me a picture of 1978 or 79 or 77 or 80, I can tell you what's in the car. I didn't keep notes back then. I just remembered it. And just John Martin, most of you guys don't know him, but he did some IndyCar racing and stuff. He bought a Dillon car when I was up at Dillon, and I heard him tell my mother a couple of times in the background, he'd point to his head and point to me and say, "Steel trap." Like my mind was a steel trap. Well, it was for racing, but I didn't let anything else into my brain except that stuff.
Exactly.
The stuff that won races were tires and chassis setup and aero and body. And those things, there was nobody at the racetrack that knew more about that than I did. Maybe Gary Ballou, maybe Junior Hanley. But, beyond those guys, I was on top of it.
Yeah, for sure. Just going back to yesterday, it's just the race played out perfectly for us. Charles and the guys on the box
Great execution, man.
An unbelievable job calling that race. You saw, we talked about it, not a lot of passing for the lead, so if you can get clean air, it was kind of king at that point, and they just did a really good job of running a little bit longer in that second stage so that we had to take a little bit less fuel. And on the final pit stop with 2 tires, and we cycled ahead of, I think we were running like 5th or 6th at the time. We cycled up to 2nd behind the 22. 22 blows a tire, and now we're kind of in position to win the race. And thanks, our buddy Tyler was back there with his nose kicked in, holding up the rest of the line for us to get away by 5 seconds. And Larson was coming. I don't know. I think he was going to catch us at the end, but it would have been a hell of a wreck when he was trying to get around us. Yeah. But then it's almost better because it sucks to think about this stuff like afterwards, but you don't want to cater to the people that are the haters of the world or whatever. You want to cater more to the fans. But I was almost better off. Like, obviously in the moment, I'm like, please let this thing stay green. Like, I think he's gonna get us, but I'm not sure. And then it starts raining, and I'm like, son of a. Now we're gonna have to beat him. And at the time, he just ran us down from 5 seconds back. So he's obviously got a better car than we do at this point. And I'm like, now we're gonna have to beat him on restarts. Charles tells me, he's like, Freddie, we only got enough fuel for 1 restart. He goes, if they wreck on this restart, we got to pit. And I'm like, oh. So of course, we go down the backstretch, and here they are all wrecking each other. I thought it was Reddick. I was MF and Reddick to no end, and his spotter. Yeah. I'm like, did you guys cause this wreck that's going to cost us the race? And up until off of turn 4, we were coming to pit road, and I think they opened pit road so fast that it caught Charles kind of caught him off guard. And I said, pit road's open, and usually you get the response right away. All right, we're staying out, we're coming, whatever. And it was, pit road's open, and it was silent. And I was like, all right, they're thinking about it. And then we got off of into 4. He's like, stay out. Yeah. And I was like, all right, here we go.
What else are you going to do at the time? I mean, the thing is, our stuff is so accurate now. I mean, they know exactly how much throttle Bubba is applying every second of the race. And to be 6 miles off, I mean, reality was they were 6 miles off. He did a burnout, multiple burnouts. So
it ran out backing up onto the platform to go up in victory lane.
Perfect timing.
Yeah. So, I mean, either they were bluffing, which, has been, done time to time, which I'm guessing maybe.
No, I don't.
Come on, 6 miles off.
They were not bluffing, I assure you, because I was getting text messages that were not, the text message would usually come in and say, we're good, just manage it a little bit. We were not good.
The number one question there is how much conversation did you guys have after while it was raining? Where were you going to start? What were you going to do? Because you had teammates, you both had teammates behind you. So, and it was crazy that once you guys picked your spots, your teammates went the opposite way. It was like, I don't want to mess his race up. I don't want to mess his race up.
Well, I think it was so the way the thought process for us was we're taking the bottom no matter what. That was just where we're going to go. And we expected the 5 to obviously take the top and the 24 to pick behind us and not push us. And then we were trying to figure out. Then it's another game within a game where does Denny now pick behind the?
But he didn't
behind the 5. Well, I'll tell you why. So does Denny now pick behind the 5 and not push the 5 and just let us go side to side, or does he pick behind the 24 and try to shove the 24 to make him push us? Right. So that's kind of why he did that. Plus, it's helping his race because, like to his point. What if I'm not going to push him up there? I'm not going to have a restart for myself, and now I'm going to be at the mercy of all these guys behind me. So it was a little bit for him, a little bit for us. But yeah, it was nice that I was worried that he didn't pick up there because I was like, pick behind him and don't push. Like, we're not going to get a push. And then it's even. I was worried that 21 was going to push to 5 by us, but Bubba just had 2 really good restarts and then nailed turn 1, and the rest is history. Thank God. I was screaming at that car down the backstretch, don't run out, you son of a.
Yeah. Yeah. And everybody else that said they were going to run out ran out. I mean, the 24 ran
That's
out.
What. So Blaney was there last night, and he's like, they told me coming to green. He said there's 3 guys that are in really trouble. The 23, the 21, and the 24 are the ones that are in the worst shape fuel wise. So he goes, we take the white, and I'm like, all right, we got the white. I don't know, he's in the mid top 10 somewhere. Yeah. He's like, I got the white. He goes, I go through 1 and 2, and the 21's out. He's like, I come off at 2. And the 24's out. He's like, and now I'm trying to look up around the corner to see if I can see if Bubba's going to make it or not. And he's obviously we did, but it was fun. He's just, the fact that these guys are that in tune during the race, right, where they're trying to find their buddies and stuff. And
you mentioned that the race isn't very exciting. There's a lot of passing, but to us, crew chiefs and the people that are involved, that is probably the most technical, strategic race that we do because. I mean, the 22 and the 2 seemed like they were off strategy, but it ended up probably going to be the best strategy. Unfortunately, it didn't play out. But, it was a lot of different thought processes during the race. And, it all stems on where you're running, right, and what you're doing and who you're racing against and what you want to do. And the 11, they had to do a whole different deal, right, from starting last to get to the – and that's hard. What the 11 did yesterday really at a place like Indy is really hard, and another good, checkpoint for them of building what they're getting ready to do in these playoffs. So, you made the playoffs too. No more of this.
Now you don't have to worry.
I said nobody say the word points to me for at least 4 weeks.
You don't need to. And you moved up 4 or 5 spots.
And then, you know what happened? I get to the party last night, and Wheels goes, hey, we're only a few points out of 10th. That's another playoff point. I said, Wheels, shut the up.
Yeah. No more. I had enough of this.
But talking about that way and letting strategy play out, Mark, how difficult is that sometimes in the seat where you just want to go, obviously, blitz up through there, but you have to run a little bit different pace or a little bit different strategy in the seat to let the strategy play out?
There's a lot more strategy now than there,
Yeah, but you never had to do that.
Back when I raced, there were 2 or 3 guys that maybe would do something strategic, but your main strategy was have the fastest car. and drive it to the front and manage the tires and whatnot. But you had times when Jeff Bodine, for example, taught us a lesson at Watkins Glen, but now there's so much analytics and so much going on. Plus a 20th place car is, I don't know, let's say he's 0.3 off the top car. Well, when I was racing, the 20th place car was 0.75 of a second off.
Yeah.
So you put the 20th place car in front of the fastest car, and he wasn't going to last very long up there, even if you had an aero, stuff coming into play. But the real problem of passing today, even though we do have aero issues, is that the 20th place car ain't that slow. And so it's hard to pass. So all this analytics has come into it and strategies and everything. But the cool thing that I like seeing about you guys win is you're making a big deal out of the win. And that's what I want to see. Somehow or another, making the playoffs has overshadowed the wins. Every single win is huge. And we've lost that somehow with this win and you're in. The attention is shifted. And I like seeing it be a big deal when you win a race, because when you win a race, it's a big deal, and you're a bad mofo, and you should get credit for it, you, your team, and everyone.
Well, actually, they do, right? They're in the playoffs, which, I mean, I know it's contradicting to what you're saying because you don't like this format at all, but really it's catering to the guys that are winning, right, Mark? I mean, every other sport that we watch or deal with, right, you're placed off your wins. Right? I mean, whoever wins the most. I mean, and everybody's like, well, you win one, should you be in? Well, the consistency. Well, consistency does matter in the other sports as long as you're winning, right? And you're above the other teams that are above 500. most sports above 500, you're actually doing well nowadays, right? I mean, because it's the parity in other sports is just like our racing now. I mean, with all the free agency and all the stuff that's going on, and all the other, categories, baseball, football, you name it, it's evened out. The team's more like what you said. It's gone from 3/4 of a second to 3/10 of a second. Well, it's the same thing in the other sports, the way all the other stuff's going. So, man, I don't know. I love winning races, right? We all love winning races and doing good. And you've been the most consistent person. How many times you finished second in points? But think of the times that if the points. Did you ever think of where you would have been if the point system was like this? How you would have finished? How many championships you would have won? I don't know. I mean, it's just like it's a tough deal, but unfortunately, it's today's world, and we have it, and hopefully they'll critique it a little bit. We'll see what happens, though.
Well, discrediting the current champions, is wrong.
Yeah, I think they should get more. I think they should get more points and more. Towards the playoffs. I know they get a big chunk, but they should start first, far enough ahead that they still have to chase them. You are correct there.
Yeah, I'm the argument that Blaney's championship or one of these in the playoffs isn't as big a deal as Richard Petty's or Dale Earnhardt's. That's not true. It's still hard, and they're racing in those rule sets, and you race somewhat differently under those rule sets. So I still, obviously I'm leading the charge for what I believe. I know the majority of the fans want a 36 race season championship. That's a fact. And then that's over 50%. And then the next 30% won a 10-race chase. So it's an 80-20 issue, whether it's a playoffs or not playoffs, for the fans. However, I'm also smart enough to know that, the TV broadcasters and NASCAR and the owners are all addicted to the revenue that they bring. Whereas in my day, the revenue came directly from the fans, as from ticket sales and whatnot. And it's a different day and age, but I will shut up leading that charge when they tell us the truth. And I know what the truth is, but when they would just come out and say, hey, look, we know the majority of the fans would rather see a full 36 race championship, but here's why we're not going to do it. Just do that, and
make you feel a little bit better
for me.
Yeah.
I mean, unfortunately, they can't even do statistics-wise because the viewership and everything was so different on how we look at things back in those days. So I don't even think they can really give you a solid answer on that. Unfortunately, I mean, it's just I don't know, man. I'm a go with the flow with this type of situation because I know they're a lot smarter than we are of diagnosing, attracting the people to watch the TVs. And unfortunately, again, I'm saying that word a lot so far this morning. To your point, it's more important TV now than getting the fans in the stands.
It is.
And the crowd yesterday was a good crowd, but it wasn't a normal, I think it was better than last year.
I don't remember.
Yeah, you don't remember
today,
much
buddy,
today.
I'm a little foggy.
I'm doing all the talking today.
You handle it.
Yeah, you just hang out today, Freddie. But I think all of it is a part of the TV viewership. And look, we're creating excitement this year. I mean, we are. But to your point, maybe some stuff needs to change.
Mark, I don't know if you saw it, but Chase Elliott had, I thought, a really good media availability this weekend when he was talking about it. And he said, because you hear all these fans and they're like, we don't want the 36 race schedule because, somebody's going to clinch a championship with 3 races left or something like that. And I mean, I'm sure that has happened, yes, in the past, but doesn't happen every year. And Chase brought up the fact that we've had unbelievable regular season points. But I mean, Larson and Reddick were separated by a point for the points, for the regular season championship last year. So, I think that that lends itself to the parity, like you guys talked about, is so much closer now that I don't know that you're going to see somebody get up by 300 points like they used to. You know what I mean? Like, it just seems like.
Well, you're seeing a good one now. I mean, Chase is over 100 points now.
Right now he is?
Yeah. So,
But that's just, he could, that with the playoff points and everything, with the stage points and everything, it's a 60-point race. You could have a swing, but, and to his other point, if somebody does do that and gets a 300-point lead, well, good for them. They deserved it. They just kicked our ass. They deserve to win the championship.
Yeah, but again, that's not what the people that are spending all the money are looking for. Unfortunately, I mean, that's, we just live in a different world right now.
Yeah. Well, don't forget about, under the old system, 1992. I mean, it came down to Alan Kulwicki leading one more lap. Yeah. And so it's just like, and I say this all the time, it's just, I don't watch any other sports, none, except for the Super Bowl every year. I watch that. And I thought this was a snoozer last year.
Yeah,
but it's not going to stop. It's not going to stop me from watching it next year because it might be incredible. And that's how racing is. You'll have a runaway, but if you lined them up tomorrow and ran the same race again, it could be a whole different game. So, people have to be patient. You can't just say, well, we had one runaway championship and, that's it. It's just the same point being with Logano's championship last year. Not every championship is going to go down the way it did last year. They're all different.
For sure.
Ready for Spot On, Spot Off? This week's segment of Spot On, Spot Off is brought to you by Fox Factory Vehicles. Fox Factory Vehicles delivers the thrill. They have turnkey, hassle-free custom trucks and SUVs that are built to dominate any terrain, all while retaining their factory warranty. If you want more power, you can even go supercharged, and you can build and price out your dream ride today at foxfactoryvehicles.com. Fox Factory Vehicles, where performance meets precision.
We didn't even talk about.
Who do you want to talk about? We got
stuff.
limited time with our guest today.
What
Tom.
about Zillage?
We talked about Zillage.
You did 3 in a row. To the season.
What do you want to talk about?
Why don't you just read that whole block right there for us?
No,
we can come back to it.
I can see this show is all about Freddie getting home and taking a nap. Go ahead, Carson.
All right. Oh, God. Tommy's ripping his papers apart. He threw the first paper on the floor. Okay.
Oh, this topic one. I love it.
I feel like we're going to have some things to say about this. Okay, I'll pick you. Me. Austin Hill appears to right hook Eric Almirola in Saturday's Xfinity race. NASCAR penalized Austin Hill 5 laps for reckless driving. Should he be suspended? Take it away, Tommy. Spot on, spot off.
All right, Mark, go ahead.
What? You said pick you.
No, I want to hear him first. And don't be you. Do not sugarcoat this.
So I'm a big proponent of handling your business personally, man to man. Okay, if I would have been in the 19 car, Austin Hill would probably, with one punch, knock me in the middle of next week. So I'm not sure how to handle that situation if I'm in the 19 car because, like I say, I'm a believer in handling your stuff face to face. I don't know. That wasn't good.
Yeah, it was bull.
He should be suspended.
Listen,
100%.
This happens all the time with Austin. He loses his cool as soon as somebody messes with him a little bit. He should be suspended. That was completely intentional. They can come up with all the in-car. I don't give a. That could have been devastating.
That's a place that can't happen.
No.
Well, and Eric even said that hit was on par with the one where he hurt his back.
And to your point, Mark, if it's Eric against Austin, if it was same boat, I would start running from here, find his address, start running from here, and gear up every piece, and just when he just looked, I would just clock him. So to your point that. It was a terrible thing. I mean, the guy should have gathered up his stuff up and raced, and he never does. This happened at Martinsville, right? He caused a lot of that issue at Martinsville in the Xfinity race there when that was a show. He's doing it again, and just because he's a big guy and thinks he can get away with this, he can still get knocked out, right? Right? He can still get knocked out, and on top of that, he doesn't need to do that. Right? And then for Richard Childress to come to stick up for him, it's bull. Richard Childress should be sitting him down and going, man, that wasn't right. This is not how we race. I mean,
well, you hit the nail on the head. That was emotion. He reacted with an emotion that he should. A great race car driver that he is. But, a total package race car driver has to has to handle his emotions.
Exactly.
And that was an emotional move. He did it snap without thinking, and you've got to be better than that.
Yep, he has gone way down on my list of race car drivers after Saturday. That's for sure. Until he gets his together, go see therapy, go do something, go see some sports psychologists, go figure your out of not snapping, because he could have hurt somebody there. And it wasn't a good deal. Freddie,
you're allowed to have your opinion now. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I agree with you. A buddy of mine had texted me, and he said, it was, he said, do they have SMT? Can they figure that out? I said, oh, yeah, they have old school SMT. He was wearing white gloves.
Yep,
and
exactly.
you see him hook that thing to the left about as hard as he could. And Mark, maybe I wasn't paying attention enough back in the day, but I feel like we never saw this. I mean, it was very rare that somebody would ever right hook somebody in the fence, and I feel like now it happens 3-4 times a year. Is it just lack of respect for the other drivers? Is it lack of respect for the equipment that people are putting out there? Like, what do you think attributes to happening more now?
Yeah, it's the closeness of the cars, and I think that's why the right rear hook happens so much, because rather than getting in line back behind the 19 and being able to give him a shot back, which you can't do now. So that was his shot to get him. Right rear hooks are not good. Listen, a driver acting on emotion happens. Nobody's perfect. I've even done it and all, but I didn't right rear hook a guy, and I think that it's good that NASCAR and the whole industry's taken a stand, because when you intentionally wreck somebody, we don't realize that could kill that person. Honestly, stop and think about it. Think about how your life would be affected if that person died. Yeah. It would be horrible. So, I think it's good that NASCAR taking a stand on that, and the industry as well. It's not acceptable. And
I'll tell you what's a really good idea, I think, anyway, is, once you get done right rearing somebody and you're sitting there on pit road and NASCAR relays the penalty to you, you tell them to go themselves.
You should shut the up.
Yeah. That usually works out really well. Yeah. Like, anytime you say you, NASCAR, go yourselves.
I don't care what they say from this point on about the situation. They have no explanation. No. Right? They don't. If they're sitting in a room and trying to come up with all this bullshit that they have reasons why to do this, and like you talked about, Mark, it starts early. This type of starts early. When they're in these legend cars and doing all these things, and not having somebody right then and there telling them that's wrong. Right? These guys that constantly do these things, and it doesn't matter what division we run in. They're not being taught, right? And obviously, this has happened more with Austin than we know, right? We witnessed again by Martinsville. We witnessed yesterday. I mean, Saturday was terrible, man. It just, I don't know.
I don't know. I can't imagine that it was intentional, but Bell,
what do you mean?
But no, not that. I'm talking about yesterday. Bell right hooked the 38, and I don't know if it was just he misjudged. It was. Yeah. I mean, it did. There's nothing leading up to it that tells me that it was intentional, so I can't believe it was. But it was not a lot different than he just kind of turned into his right rear and hooked him across the back straightaway.
I think he was trying to get behind him quick and it misjudged.
There's no way he would do. I don't think he's the kind of race car driver that would ever do that.
No, and all the footage I've tried to watch, I didn't see anybody if he was getting pushed behind when he was trying to do it. I did not see it, so remember. I did not look.
All right, next up, Justin Allgaier decides to take the outside lane on a late restart, which ultimately ends in him being taken out by a loose Kyle Larson. Spot on, spot off. Mark.
Oof. Yeah, that was not good either. And especially, under the circumstances. I hated to see that. And honestly, I'm a huge Kyle Larson fan, but I would have liked to have seen him take more ownership than he did. He didn't take enough ownership for me in that accident. because it was that.
He missed the corner. He missed the corner. I mean, and he missed the corner on the last restart with you guys yesterday. Yeah. It's just.
I just don't. For me, the biggest thing, like, I don't understand. And I love Justin to death. Like, what? Why is he taking that? I know you probably just took the lead from there. You are trusting Larson.
Trusting a really, really good race car driver.
Still, you're not. The bottom is so much more preferred. I have to go back and see how he got the lead if Larson didn't get a great push on the bottom or whatever it was to let him get the lead from the top. But, Mark, how difficult would that be? I know you obviously didn't run many, if any, choose cone races in your career. But, how difficult would that be if you take the top, the bottom is such a preferred groove there, but you get the lead from the outside on the restart prior to that. How difficult does that decision become in that moment?
For me, it would have been really incredibly difficult because we see so much momentum on the outside nowadays on these restarts. It's preferred in many ways, but you have to be able to count on the guy on the inside not running you up. And that would be my biggest concern. I felt like Justin had, starting on the outside, he had the upper hand, but, you're vulnerable to being shoved up there or, a guy losing it on the inside of you. So, it's just a difficult situation. And I don't fault Justin for the choice to go into the outside. I think that was the best momentum, even though the inside did show to be better a lot of times, especially with those cars and the power.
Yeah,
I think the outside was a good choice.
Yeah, it's you're just, like you said, you're just putting yourself at the mercy of that other. Like you're not really in control of your own destiny as the control car. You know what I mean? Because you're just if that happened, you're done. Your day's end. And
I think if he takes bottom, he gets beat anyway.
You think so?
Yeah. I think with the Xfinity cars, I think the momentum, because of the package, was better for those two corners, maybe three corners. It was just too much energy there. Unfortunately, 17 got free again.
Free again.
He's gotten free a lot there lately. He's gotten free a lot. Since May, he's been getting free in those areas.
Oh, man.
All right. Austin Cindric and Joey Logano both have right rear tire failures while leading the Brickyard 400. Freddie? Spot on.
Really, I want to go to Tommy for this. Sorry, I should have told you that beforehand.
I'm just tired. Tommy's been talking the whole time.
But I'm going to let him talk some more.
I'm trying to help Freddie.
Just kidding.
It's like when you're... never mind. I assume low air. Is that what we're thinking on like the tire issues?
Little too much camber. We're on the stops a lot down the straightaway. A lot of energy. I think it starts with the air and the stops early, and then the camber take. It's all of the above. The amount of laps they've run on it, because they did run longer laps at times.
Yeah.
I think all of it contributes there. I think at the end probably they were a little over cambered and wore the inside of the tire out, and then it goes.
Mark, as a driver, I know you were probably in that era of everybody putting camera in the right front and blowing right fronts. Like, where did you want to fall on that line of, do you just want all the speed you can get and try to manage it from there, or did you want your guys to maybe back up just a little bit to have a little bit more, room for error on the tire side of things?
Dude, I wanted both. I wanted my tire to last, and I wanted the camber too. And it was a kind of a double-edged sword, just like it is today. A little short story. Carl and that bunch, they ran straight up right front tires. I mean, no camber at all, and still outran us. So it really pissed me off because we'd be sitting there on the knife edge with the camber, and they'd outrun you. And so, it's just the whole package. That's racing. Tommy knows that's what you do. You cut it. You slice it on the ragged edge.
Yeah, I mean, back in Mark's days, I think the max camber we were allowed to run on the right rear was 2 degrees, with 1.5. Then they increased, or it was 2, and it was around 2. We could run almost 4 now, with the rule package. So we run a lot more, and with the cars being so low and then not going up and down like back in Mark's days, in the beginning, it stays. So it's constantly on there, on that tire and the way it runs. So the heat gets generated on the inside of the tire a lot longer, and especially a place like Indy and Pocono, where we always had right front tire problems, and so it contributes. All that contributes to it now, and it's about how far you want to go, right, Mark? It's about what you want to do.
Yep.
It's fun. Yeah, it's
43 had a camera. Oh, no, they didn't have a 43.
They had a lot of they had a camber in, I think, coming down pit road when the wheel was folded up into the and man, that was just another. And that, I was talking to some of the pit crew guys on our plane last night, and obviously loose wheel falls off, he hits the fence. That's a stop. They're waiting on fuel on that stop. Yeah. So it's like, how does that happen? But and I talked to Eric last night, and thankfully he's okay, because that was
it was a big hit. He was running really well.
They had a really good weekend.
Good strategy. They were pretty good shape.
Yeah, he was right there. I mean, he was top 5. Yeah. He was right there with us all day, pretty much. We chopped the hell out of him into one, and he pushed like a dump truck. Poor guy. Sorry about that, Eric. But
is that your call or the? Or,
I think Bubba was probably going either way if I said it or not. But I did say it too.
Well, it's always great to hear Mark's opinions and spot on, spot off. I'm super glad he could join us this week. And we also, again, want to thank our friends at Fox Factory Vehicles. Welcome to the Fast Lane with Fox Factory Vehicles, delivering the thrill for drivers who demand the best. They have fully custom, turnkey, hassle-free trucks and SUVs that are built to dominate any terrain, all while retaining their full factory warranty.
Whether you're heading to the track or the trail, these rides are ready. No do-it-yourself, no delays. Carson, I ask you this every week. Where are you going to take your Fox Factory vehicle?
Well, I think you had somewhere that you could have taken it this weekend if you had one.
You think I should drive that thing straight to Victory Lane?
Straight on the lift at Indy, right to Victory Lane.
I could probably drive it up. Like, I don't even need the elevator. I could just take my Fox Factory vehicle straight up the stairs at that place. It does
say any terrain, so I mean, you never know.
We'll definitely ride with that.
If you want to feel the rush, you can kick it into overdrive with their optional supercharged models and unleash the power. With Fox Factory Vehicles, you're in the driver's seat. Head to foxfactoryvehicles.com to build and price your next dream ride. Available through partnering dealerships nationwide, Fox Factory Vehicles bring the precision and performance you've been dreaming of. Visit foxfactoryvehicles.com today and take the wheel. All right, moving right along to Ask DBC. You can send in your questions on X each week using hashtag AskDBC. Aaron would like to know, which I'm also glad he asked this, because I was going to ask you the same thing earlier, Freddie.
Oh, God. I didn't look at it.
Genuinely, what's it like getting from the spotter stand to Victory Lane? Are you like on a full-out sprint as soon as the checkered flag? Well, we know you're not sprinting.
I mean,
but like, what's it like getting, because I was watching yesterday and I'm like, where's Freddie? Where's Freddie? Where's Freddie? And I didn't see you until they were like actually in Victory Lane. It's like, what's that journey like?
So it's obviously a little bit different than... It's kind of a little bit different everywhere. Like when we won Talladega, I went to my car, drove the car into the infield, and got there. It was also raining, so that helped. Kansas, I think we drove in there too. Jason Jarrett dropped me off at Victory Lane. Yesterday, traffic kind of gets jammed up around there. I was going to drive in. I was like, I probably don't even know from the parking lot I'm in. I don't know if I can drive in there. I can't go that way down 16th Street. So I was like, I'm just going to walk. So I went down the front straightaway, and I'm like, I don't know how to get in this. I see some photographers, and you can like crawl under a gate to get there. So I just walk. I mean, there was no
exercise.
Believe it or not, there was no sprinting. I got to be honest. But it was kind of a way to get down off the roof that kind of gets jammed up there, leaving the spotter stand. So we got down there. So I walked down the front stretch, and it's funny because I see the photographers, and they're walking along the fence. I'm like, oh, they know where to go. I'm going to follow these guys. So there's a little hole in the fence. So there's a person standing here to my left, and I see the hole, and I don't see a gate. And I'm like, I'm going to have to jump this fence. I don't know if I'm at that. I'm not that. I don't know if I got that much. I don't know if I got that much athleticism in me. So right as I'm about to jump the fence, the guy next to me steps back. He's like, you want to just use this gate right here? I was like, whoo, thank God. So we went out through there and, and then met Bubba on pit road and went with the guys to Victory Lane. And it was really funny. Shout out to all the DBC fans, because there was Bubba chants, there was Freddie chants, there was going on. I wanted to be like the maestro in the orchestra, like everybody guys, and then bring them back down.
Soak it up, man.
It was something to see. There was some Mapes, I think, tweeted it from the Xfinity account. There was somebody screaming at me, "Take it off!" while we were standing on the bricks, and I was like, some of the crew guys were like, "Do it!" I'm like, "There's way too many cameras here for me to lose my shirt." So. And sure enough, as soon as I went home, I was looking last night. Mapes tweeted it, so I was like, "Yeah, there would have definitely been a video of my fat ass running down the front
on the
straightaway.
Xfinity account. Nobody wanted to see that.
Your dad's race was Saturday night, right?
Yeah, so that, I tweeted this out last night. Kevin Hamlin actually posted a funny picture of it, and I'm probably going to start bawling like a little kid here. Yesterday was probably the last time I talked to my dad. That day, he died tomorrow is the day he passed away. So that was a lot, in that moment. And I'm like, you son of a do not let me run out of gas here, please.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why you guys didn't run out of gas.
I was pissed because they put out a post that racing was canceled till August at Riverhead.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but it was Sunday's race. But they put it out Saturday, and I don't know the date, so I didn't even turn on Flow.
Yeah.
Flow, go ahead.
Flow. Oh, if you would like to get 15% off of your subscription, you can go to flowsports.link/door-bumper-clear.
Yeah, so I don't
do it now.
Yeah, so I don't turn it on, right, for that reason. Then all of a sudden I'm hearing some stuff on some chatter. I turned it on. I missed everything.
Yeah, I haven't gone back to watch it yet. My cousin was announcing, I heard, so I got to go back and see how he did. I told him if you don't do Bob Finan's figure eight call, the intro that he always did, you've seen him on Wide World of Sports. And unfortunately, the kid that we were probably the closest with in the field, Ryan Warren, who drove for my dad for the last few years when my dad owned the cars, he led the whole damn race and got wrecked in the last corner. And I
wasn't in the figure eight. Wasn't in the cross.
No. He just got run over. I shouldn't say he got wrecked. He got knocked out of the way in the last corner to win the race. So it was. Congrats to all the guys that won. We put up some money for that, and it was a fun weekend. Shout out to my cousin Erin. She kind of handles all that and gets everything prepared. So, cool weekend for that. Interesting weekend. So it was. It hit home. I was all weekend. It was one of those weeks. I don't know. You guys have probably had this, Mark. I'm sure. Sometimes you just feel like some going differently, and got to the hotel. I was on the 9th floor. It's just one of those weeks. So it was.
You know how my week went? Oh, everything was.
Blame Luke for that. So.
Don't even talk about it.
All right, DBC Picks. Tommy won with Alex Bowman, and guests are still whooping our ass.
No, they're not whipping our ass. I'm
okay, they're still whipping my ass,
That's
not
right.
yours.
All
All right, Freddie, you're first. Go ahead.
I will take my buddy. Had a good day yesterday. Sorry I overshadowed it. Sorry I probably ruined his day with us winning. Ryan Preece.
That's a good pick.
I'm going to go with John Hunter Nemechek. I don't have ass left in here.
Or ass, huh?
Nope.
That's good.
All right, it's Mark's turn.
Mark, you're up.
I'd like to see Haley. He hadn't shown much this year, but it would be really, really cool to see them hit it.
Yeah, we ran good with him last year. That's a good pick.
All right, maybe one of us will win this week since the guest picked Justin Haley. I wasn't saying we were done.
He said one of us. Tom, you're one of us.
Oh, I am one of us. Who am I?
What page are we on?
I'm going to pick Katherine Legge. No, she's not racing this week. I'm going to pick Eric Jones.
Oh, me and you, Legacy Motor Club.
Oh, you said
I know,
it right.
Mark. You kind of chimed in there when I picked Ryan. How much do you relate to a guy like Priest? That's he's not a just buy a ride kind of guy. He's a guy that works on his own. Goes racing as much as he can with his own stuff. How much do you relate to somebody like that more so than some of these younger kids that are just coming in with money?
100%. I love to see someone that can build their own race car. And Ryan, I was so happy to see him running so good this year. Really didn't see that coming with the new team and with where RFK has really been. You didn't expect that. So I really hope that he gets a win. That was a great pick. He's been running great, but he's a good dude, and we need some of that. It's all, you need variety. And I like the fact that, he can work on his own stuff. He can build his modified. He can race it, do it all. That's kind of like Busher was for the longest time. Chris would come to RFK and work on shocks, build things. Majeski is another one. I like those guys. And I'm an underdog lover too, because I was an underdog once. And so, I always pull for underdogs. So that's why I was so happy to see BJ McLeod and Katherine have another great run. It's because I'd love to see BJ have more success.
Oh, he's had plenty. He's got plenty of money in his pocket now, so he's doing just fine. He's just playing right now, Mark. And they're doing well. So don't ever feel bad about BJ from this point on.
Tommy, how much? You lived it that side of things for BJ, but I know to some people from the outside looking in, 17th might not look super impressive, but it is. I think really, really impressive. That how hard is it to run 17th? You're back there fighting for your life as well every week.
It's hard, and from how she started the weekend to where she was, probably by lap 20, it was probably a 2.5 second difference of what she was doing. Really. Yeah. And look, they played it right. I mean, they weren't in the wrecks. They played the little strategy right. I think she finished on the lead lap. Yeah, she's quietly. I mean, Mark mentioned it earlier off camera when we were talking about her. Phoenix, she had it rough, right? But from that point on, she's learned. I mean, she's only 5-6 races in,
yeah,
and she's finishing 17th with the 78 team that hardly has any help, right? It's the same old group that they're a bunch of racers, right? And unfortunately, they're another open car, right? So it didn't make. Used to make that race. It was $130,000 just to make that race, and obviously they didn't make that much. But kudos to Katherine. She's doing it quietly, right? There's no big thing, a big splash. She's coming in, she's working hard, and doing well. Kudos to all of them.
She earned a badge of honor yesterday because I definitely MF'd her at one point because it was she like and Mark you'll know this obviously like kind of racing etiquette especially at a place like that. Everybody really cut us breaks yesterday when we were lapping them. They stayed up, gave us the bottom lane as we got there sometimes, and it's not really her fault. It's just what you become. You get to expect. So we ran her down and she pulled over down the front stretch to the bottom. And I was like, all right, good. She's going to give us the top here and we'll be able to.
She was racing for the lead at that point.
She drove into the corner. No, I just after a pit stop, I think. And she drove into one and raced us through 1 and 2. So now we're like Bubba committed, like expecting her to like lift on entry and let us get clear. And she didn't. And we had to rip the second lane there, and I was holding my breath, and I was like, it cost us like a half a second. That's all I could think about as Larson's running us down. I'm like, son of a we're going to need that half a second back. But, and like I said, obviously you would wish that she would just kind of let you have the corner and get gone. But
she was trying to stay on the lead lap. Leave her alone.
Listen,
Don't just think about you at that time.
I told you. I said
being a woman hater, Freddie.
It's a badge of honor for me to start MFing you up there. Yeah. Mark, I know you got to get out of here, man. We appreciate it. Please keep beating that drum. As somebody that I know it's probably very unrealistic, I would love to see that 36 race come back or some kind of 10 race, but something. So I know you probably take some heat from it. People start talking about you that don't want to admit it.
You think he cares?
I know he doesn't care. That's why he's here today.
You think Mark Martin cares about that?
Hey, man. Thanks for having me on the show. You guys got the best show going.
I appreciate that. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you the next time, which hopefully isn't too long from now. Sooner than later, for sure.
Sounds good, guys.
Thanks, buddy.
Thanks, buddy.
Hey, it's Dale Jr., and for the latest DBC gear, we need you to go to shop.dirtymomedia.com. We've got plenty of options, and we're adding new stuff all the time. Shop.dirtymomedia.com.
All right, it's time for Reaction Theater, where fans can call in and voice their opinions on this week's race. I'm sure we have lots about our friend Freddie here. So let's get into it.
That was one.
That was it?
That's a
well,
good call.
unfortunately, now I can't hear the rest of them.
That was. I got news for you guys. That was me. Sorry.
Was it?
No, it wasn't.
Did you call in yesterday? You showed up.
No.
Let's go! Bubba did it! Bubba did it! It's bubble time! Bubble time!
Is this all of them? Everyone just screaming about Bubba and Freddie?
There's a lot of them.
Damn right. Play everyone.
I'm already done with it. Well, don't we have Iowa this week?
You were just saying.
I'm over with it already.
He changed his mind.
Hell yeah, Freddie! Let's go! No whip hung money's ass, baby! Whip his ass!
Oh, wait, hold on 1 second. So I talked to Kyle Busch, and he has committed to his fans that he has won 6 Legends races, and it's equal to a Cup win.
So he's given
the fans
good news, everybody.
Hall pass for all the guys.
All the guys to go for it. And he said it with a smile. He went,
oh man.
Damn it, Freddie! Take that shirt off! Looking sexy as hell! Let's go, Bubba!
I'm I'm going to assume that was the gentleman that was screaming at me
Had
on
to
the
be.
first straightaway.
Had to be.
They were very disappointed in me. I was like, I'm not
They wanted you to drink a beer. And, oh yeah,
I couldn't find. You don't have any idea.
No beer.
No beer.
It never is.
I'm
You got to
like-
be prepared for that.
I know. Well,
There's
usually
only one truck that has
usually
beer.
it's a two-car.
Every time JRM
One
wins,
truck
there's
that
beer.
has beer. It's the one truck, and they were already packed up.
Everybody, I got back to. I'm like, I haven't seen a beer yet. Like I said, we need a beer sponsor. Like, we have to go out and try a little harder.
And I don't know if you can do it with an open team. Yeah, it's gonna be hard getting sponsors with an open team.
Well, I'll be. Bubba saved that fuel, and he's got a win. And in the playoffs, I can assume Freddie's check liver light will be on soon.
Check liver light.
It was. I honestly didn't go very
Fireball?
hard yesterday. No, I didn't do any fireball. It was honestly. It was really, really hot yesterday. It was, and I just by the time I got to Bubba's, I mean, I trust me, I drank my fair share of beer, but I did not go full ape like we're probably going to go tonight, I would imagine. But so I had to give Doug a 1 day reprieve.
Oh,
so he got 1 day off yesterday. He was like, he said, don't call me when you get home. I said, okay.
So that was the first text in our group text. Yeah. And we knew exactly you knew exactly why he was saying that, because it was going to be a long night.
He said, I need a day. I said, you get 1 day. We're going tomorrow.
Where you guys going?
I don't know. I haven't made any decisions yet, but you're coming. I mean, so.
I hope you guys have a great time.
Carson, you might be invited. We'll see. See what kind of
I don't know if
establishment.
Auntie is allowed in this type of environment.
What kind of environment?
You don't know. You never know.
You never know. We might end up at Ruth's Chris.
Ruth Chris.
What are you saying? I'm not classy enough for Ruth's Chris?
No, it's. I don't know if we can tell that story.
Bubba won the Brickyard. Does that mean he gets to motorboat Freddie's big old titties?
I don't appreciate.
Why did I envision that?
I don't appreciate.
I just envisioned Bubba because that's bad.
Alex, I don't appreciate the I don't even know what the word is.
You don't even have man boobs.
Yes, I do. I feel like I'm being objectified here, Alex. I don't
How's it
appreciate
feel?
this. This is not
How's
right.
it feel? How's it feel?
Yeah.
I hate to sound too much like Austin Hill here, but get NASCAR. When's the last time an open cars won? And a crown jewel race? Oh, it's going to be good.
Yeah. It was
Still no bonus for you.
hopefully we get that back. They retro pay that stuff
Nope.
if you win.
No, you're done. You got a whole $23,000 for winning. That's good. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
All right, my favorite part of the week, Show Hall of Fame, where we nominate someone and fans vote on Twitter or X, whatever the hell it's called, on who gets inducted. Last week, the Coldplay couple obviously won. That was
Really?
Yeah.
I think we're gonna have another landslide this week too. But
Yeah, I would say.
I didn't think this first one was gonna be beatable. The Arca crash was where I started. I did not think the Arca crash was gonna be beatable, but
They don't call it Arca brakes for no reason.
We got a fight?
didn't
this
see
was
this in
a
the group
big
text?
fight. Boo Carlisle sent me this video, so I sent it to you guys, or he tagged me or somebody in this video. These guys are swinging on each other. We'll tweet the video out. These are haymakers. That guy got caught right there. That hurt a lot.
But wasn't it that this racetrack, they said
pay,
if you
right?
fight on the front stretch, we'll pay you, but if you fight in the pits, we'll fine you.
Oh, yeah, baby.
He body slammed him.
And this is how every fight should be. Get away from them, and once they go to the ground,
Pick 'em
now
up.
you
Just
can.
like
now
hockey.
you can
That's
just
just
like
like
hockey.
hockey.
Yeah. Just like you let them fight, and then they get paid an extra $50 from what Boo was told to settle their differences in front of the fans. And this guy came running from across the racetrack
They
to beat
should
his
get
ass.
more than
Oh, he
$50.
put him right down to his knee right there.
Yeah.
He got up, man. He's still swinging.
That guy's got an iron jaw.
Tommy, what would you do in a fight like this?
It's awesome.
Tommy,
Keep fighting.
hey, I will say, I got to tell you something. This is going to be unbelievable. You know Foster from JGR? I know you know him, if you saw him. He confirmed to me yesterday on the plane that the Chicago incident was not a fight.
I know.
I'm just trying to back you up here.
I don't need any backup. I know.
I'm talking about for the people out there that don't believe you.
I don't care.
I'm just, Foster said, he's like, you want to know the funny part about that was, he goes, it wasn't even a fight. He goes, Tommy come down there and he was just yelling at Zippy. And
didn't even yell.
He's like, just, going back and forth. He just wanted to talk to Zippy. And he said, as soon as he came down off the ladder, he tripped over a tire. And then everybody just thought we were fighting. So it got out of hand.
Did you guys see this?
Oh, this girl,
the photographer that falls off the.
Yeah, just walks right. Watch the guy
see
right
the guy
corner.
in the black
He's
in the front
working
corner,
it, man.
Tommy?
Yeah, he's working.
Yeah, watch this.
They take
Good
the
job.
tarp off the helmet.
Let me get this good angle right here.
Yeah. Let me forget him on a barge around water.
I wonder how his electronics are doing.
That was.
I like how the mascot did he throw a life preserver out?
Did he?
Wait.
Did he?
Is it the dude
hold on.
wipes thing?
No, watch the mascot. What does he throw out there? Oh, he grabs the life preserver. Watch.
That makes it even
awesome.
better. That makes it even better.
So the ARCA Rex definitely got to be on there.
Yeah.
The fight definitely has to be on there. There was another
we
one.
I don't think the fight's show.
Well, it is a show.
Well, yeah.
Like it's not really. It's
This is the show right
this
there.
is the show. This is the
21
winner.
right hook and
Yeah.
armadillo is the
Armadillo.
Yeah, and there's not even a lot to say about it because it's just it can't happen. We've said it on here 1,000 times, and it's
show nominee number
and
one.
it probably show doubled down because after that show, you call another on the radio.
You
NASCAR, go yourselves.
Here's his white hands.
And here I thought without Chris Wright,
they're
we'd
straight.
have.
Oh, they turn left.
Oh man!
All right, so ARCA, Xfinity, and then fist fighting on the front stretch. Is that what we got?
77. I mean the 77. The
21.
fist fighting is not show.
It's a fun show. It doesn't have to be a bad show.
Actually, have to be like
it's
awful.
fun.
Well, everything we have done so far has been a bad show.
Well, he's not going to win. The 21's going to win. This is
Do you have a better
This is
suggestion?
why we let people vote.
This shouldn't. Yeah.
Oh, I got a show for you right here. Luke just tweeted it.
Oh,
Actually.
yeah.
What did he tweet?
He's
supposed to be working.
He tweeted, "I will give $100 to anyone who can decode this message." And it says, because I've gotten these texts from Tommy, and it's fun. Figure it out. Right bolt I drilled goes through. Copy that and put new bolts.
Exactly.
My favorite is
Tommy's got to fix the trailer, and he knows exactly what he needs
Tommy,
to fix.
Can you tell me what you meant so I can reply and get Luke's $100?
Don't get me started. He's
Is he on the list this week?
Can we nominate
Can we talk
Luke?
about? Can we put Luke's driving on the list?
What's driving?
On
the road?
The one where he sucks at.
His civilian driving.
The one on the streets is questionable to say the least. But I love Tommy. It's always fun texting with Tommy sometimes because sometimes he's busy and I could tell he's talk to texting.
Yeah.
And his accent is a little bit thick, so then words get screwed up in the middle, and it can be quite comical. So Luke, I feel your pain.
I'm learning this AI thing, and I'm going to put it in my. It goes in
Tommy.
your phone, and it'll fix it. So I'm.
It's called spell check, Tommy.
No.
Listen,
No, that
Tommy
don't
has
work.
been freaked out now. This for like a week and a half now that his phone and his truck have figured out where he's going. Because when he gets in the morning, it takes him to work. When he leaves first job, it takes him to the modified shop. So now he's.
Yeah, and then
He thinks somebody with him.
Iron Thunder at 6 o'clock. It's like, how do you know I even want to go there?
Tommy's like, I wasn't gonna go.
Then I'm
My
like,
truck
all right.
is telling me I gotta go.
All right, I'll go for one.
All right. Well, remember to go vote on our Show Hall of Fame Twitter poll on who you want to see inducted this week.
Yeah, so we are going to Iowa. Thank God. I looked at the weather. Like,
I'm going to be 100.
There's a big break in the weather. Like, it was been 96 all weekend. And it goes right to the 70s for the
No
next
way.
like 5 or 6
that's
days.
beautiful.
In Iowa?
Yeah.
No way.
I don't believe it, but I looked while we were there, and the heat index there was like 113 degrees or something like that, and I was like, I'm going to die next week. And then we were on the plane
And it's
last
hot
night.
on that spotter stand.
It
man.
is.
Oh my
just
God.
that place in general is
It's out in the middle of a cornfield.
Yeah, it is so hot. But heading to Iowa, what you get one car this week?
Yeah, yeah.
Did you guys end up out of the race yesterday?
Yeah.
What happened?
Oh, yeah. All kinds of
Oh, is that why you're gonna
Yeah.
be? So that's Tommy's being Tommy today for partially.
Tommy's got a rough day.
What else is going on? The 360 Nationals are out there this weekend with us at Knoxville. I was going to go over there, but unfortunately, my buddies are not racing now, so I don't think I'll make it over there. Just probably for the fact that it's going to be hot, I assume, even though
you're going to have a rough week. I mean, you're
it's going to be
you're going to have
week.
we won. Then it's like, oh, I don't feel good. And then, it's Iowa. And then you're going to just sit on your ass when you're not the truck spot racing?
No trucks this week, just Xfinity. And
that was a very emotional day for you, the trucks. You were not happy. You and Doug were racing.
I think they ended up. They found an issue with two of the trucks that we were just struggling really badly, and I was Slugger is part of the reason why I'm doing this truck, and I was not being very kind to him in text messages.
Well, he was in Sonoma with the drags, right? So.
Yeah, Iowa this weekend again. Shout out to all the DBC fans yesterday. You guys were. I was really cracking up walking around there. Victory Lane, they were going nuts. Jordan Bianchi's like, this is ridiculous. He was walking around with me. I was in Victory Lane, and it's kind of a weird deal. They go up on the platform there, but then above you is another platform. I assume it's on the pagoda, and that's where TNT was set up. So I heard somebody like, Freddie. I look up, it was Dale. Like he's pointing down. I was like, hey man, what's up? I should have went up there. That's probably where the beer was.
I guarantee it. They always have drinks on that after.
I know it. I didn't think about that.
Not that one, right?
That was
It's the same
Amazon.
group of people.
I don't know if they can drink on network TV. Probably.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Is there anything we didn't talk about, Tommy? I can't remember. I know you wanted to talk about a bunch of stuff.
I don't want to talk about anything. I'm done.
Hey, I will say congratulations, Ty Gibbs. I thought.
We forgot about it. We were so hyped on Ty Dillon. But like, Ty Gibbs won. Hey, it was pretty cool though. He gave $10,000 to Ty's charity.
Yeah. He said Ty can do whatever he wanted with it.
I heard that
awesome, man.
on the way. And listen, I thought that son of a going to pull it out again because I looked up on that last wreck and Ty was in it, and I was like, Ty Gibbs was in it.
Yeah.
And Ty Dillon was 3 laps down or something like that. But I was like, holy shit, this 54's in this wreck again. Is this kid going to pull this out for $1 million? And unfortunately, they got, well, not unfortunately. Unfortunately for Ty, they got the thing back out there and rolled around for the last restart. But
it was so cool all in all, though. Just everything surrounding it, and Ty was hyped.
Did it do what you expected it to do, the in-season challenge?
Yeah, I think it's what you expect. You know what's really funny? I have to go back and look. Oh, for sure. If they had seeded it, let me just confirm this with the finishing order. Is there a finishing order in here somewhere,
it's right
Alex? Yeah. So as I was screaming for them to seed it by the points, do you know who would have been the $1 million winner if it would have been seeded by points?
If you say 77, Tommy's going to flip this table over.
So it's a weird deal because where they cut the seating off, you'd have to bid. Bubba would be the winner on one of them if they had cut the seating off 3 races before like they did. But if they had seeded it the week before Atlanta and went straight off the point system, Chase Elliott would have won the $1 million. And you think NASCAR would have enjoyed that? So screwing around with the seeding.
Exactly what everybody that's in the room thinking about it. It's brought up people that you're normally not going to talk about that people have interest in. And that's what we don't understand. And it's like the meetings that these people have and think about this stuff, it's a whole different level, right? And sometimes you're like, what are you smoking, right? What are you guys doing in there? And then all of a sudden it's like, that was pretty cool.
Guess they were right. Yeah.
So are you a proponent for doing the same way next year?
I still think you should seed it by points, but even if you seed it by points, it would have brought the same, because the same guys kind of made it. It would have been Chase versus Ty Gibbs, but the other guys would have went more rounds, so you'd have been talking about them, and then you would obviously had the most popular driver in the sport in the finals to draw even more attention to it, and then ultimately would have won. But yeah, I think it's a great idea. I love the idea. I think I would like to see the seating a little less confusing for the fan to follow. But it made it interesting for sure. And it's not a hill I'm willing to die on. Like I don't really care that much about it. I thought it was
aggravated in the beginning.
I was, and it was just because I don't like when confusing for our fans. And if I don't understand it, if we don't understand it, we're in the group text trying to figure the out.
Yeah, but once they had the first setting, it was like, okay.
Yeah, I mean, once you get to that point, but it's hard to figure out what the hell's going on to that point. But hey, listen, it worked out.
Everything in all life's hard to figure out to that point, Fred.
Well, at y'all's age,
to your point.
To our point.
But
what do you mean to our age?
Yeah, I'm nowhere near as old as that guy.
Yeah. I've seen you.
You work on spelling, and then we'll talk.
Spelling's not the problem.
That's been my issue since 3rd grade.
Oh man, I think we just have to leave. I need sleep. Carson, anything for we Cars Tour. When's
Yeah, no, we're back this weekend. We got our Throwback Classic, 50,000 to win late models, 30,000 to win pros at Hickory. So
Luke will be in the 51.
Luke's driving the 51 Pro. Are they still leading the owners points?
Yep.
Who's leading late model stock points?
Connor Hall. Him and Landon are in a pretty tight battle, so should be getting good. We have 6 races left, which is hard to believe.
How cool is this event for you? Seeing some of the paint schemes. I seen somebody. I said to Bubba, I said, "Damn, I didn't realize you were old enough to have a throwback." I think is it Kitzmiller? I think
Kitzmiller's doing his.
Kitzmiller's got a Bubba throwback for the late model race. It's just really cool to see all those paint schemes. Huffman's, I like Huffman's. Is all
yeah. There's a lot that are doing like throwbacks to their dads and stuff, which is cool. I just love seeing what everybody comes up with, and like we've been doing it for 6 years, 6 to 8 years. I don't know exactly how long, longer than I've been around the car store, but and it's cool to see what people come up with year over year. Like Parker Eatman's Miller Genuine Draft car is awesome. Beautiful, and they made merch, so you can come get it in the merch trailer this weekend. But I'm excited. I'm ready to see everybody's stuff on track and see what these do for 50 grand. I'm sure it won't be a fun day to be a car store official.
Over under on midnight?
Don't no. Are you gonna be there?
No. I got to go to Iowa.
All right. Well, then I don't want to hear from you.
No, over under on midnight.
We'll get done before midnight.
Done before
both nights.
I'm standing on
both
it.
Nights.
Is it 2
yeah, because
nights?
we're qualifying Friday night, and then all we're doing on Saturday is racing. So
where do people go find you? Are you in the merch trailer there, or are you just bouncing around?
I'm here, there, and everywhere.
Every
She's
time I see you at these races, you look like you're gonna kill somebody.
That's why she's focused.
I'm in the zone.
It's not anger. It's just focus.
Focused.
Because I get scared. I don't even say hi to her because I think I'm gonna.
No,
get
you gotta
slapped.
walk right by. Just go like this.
I say hello to you every time
Quickly.
that I see you.
Quickly.
Anyway, thank you guys for listening. Let's get out of here before Tim's kills us. I'm gonna go get some much needed sleep, and then I'll call you guys in a little while.
My number's disconnected. I lost my phone.
I won't hold my breath.
What time are you working till today? Are you working
5.
today? Oh,
Could be a little early.
We'll be passed out by 5.
Could be a little
Seriously?
early. If we have an emergency, can you help us?
Sure. I thought you had a lot of to do today.
Well, I might, but then I might. Yeah. But
I might have an emergency that I'm going to need Tommy's help with, and then Tommy's going to have an emergency he's going to need your help with.
All right. Well, you
rolls downhill, right?
You guys can call Auntie.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening. Thanks again for everything this week, and
congratulations, Freddie.
Thank you very much. We'll be back.
You're in much
next
better shape than I thought you.
Yeah.
You were. I wasn't expecting.
Just give it time.
A full Freddie today. I really wasn't.
Trust me, it'll come. Yeah. Thanks for listening, guys. We'll be back next week.
Peace
out.